We'll bring in Pete Sepp, the president of the National Taxpayers Union, also Tim Desher, executive director of Unleashed Prosperity. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Thanks so much for coming on. So let me start with Tim, if I can, on this. Your thought on the vice president even appearing at this conference here and really optimistic about cryptocurrency. Specifically, he mentioned Bitcoin.
Yeah, Sean, well, first of all, thanks for having me on. And second, great on Newsmax for covering the Elvis Wedding Chapel. It's very important. We have
That's
to
our producers.
We have to keep
They're good.
track.
They're good.
We have to keep track of what's going on there. Third, and I'll say this, it is a big promises made, promises kept moment. Remember, President Trump went to go court the crypto vote in the middle of the campaign last year, and now J.D. Vance goes there and completely says, we are your champion. We are going to legitimize Bitcoin in the eyes of the federal government. They developed the strategic reserve, which is taking Bitcoin that they have received through various legal purposes and saying, we're not going to sell those to dollars. We're going to keep that as an asset for the U.S. checkbook. It is a big deal for J.D. Vance to go there and champion the cause of Bitcoin.
Yeah, Pete, what do you make of that, of this administration really getting involved so heavily with crypto?
Yeah, first I'll just say Nevada had no state income tax before it was cool. Now almost half the states are either moving in that direction or have none. So bravo to them, bringing it back to the taxes always. This is another point that the vice president, I think, should be aware of, that there's one federal agency that hasn't gotten the memo about crypto yet, and that's the Internal Revenue Service. The IRS issued in 2023 an absolutely untenable rulemaking about how you tax cryptocurrency transactions, treating them almost as if they were some kind of commodity trade over the old-fashioned exchange in Chicago. That kind of rulemaking has got to be swept aside. There's an action in Congress to try and undo that rulemaking, but it hasn't happened yet. The administration's going to have to take the IRS in hand and say, look, it can't stand like this. That's Treasury Secretary Bessent's job to throw out that rulemaking, or if necessary to have Congress do it, start over with a regulatory sandbox of experts who can figure out how we have good tax policy in this area. Otherwise, crypto is going to be limited in its reach.
Yeah, very interesting point. This emerging market we continue to watch, but either way, this administration seemingly really getting behind crypto here. But excellent points by both Pete Sepp, Tim Desher. We've got to leave it right there. Trump's borders are